Nichols. He's still at the 2nd down. On the run, still looking. He's going to run it. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Red behind the line. It's Nichols. Boy, is he posted up.
Oh, that's a 1st down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position to force the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Snagged in the middle. It's Denmark. And into the end zone. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, what makes this offense so difficult to defend is they've got receivers that have speed and that can separate. On the first drive of the game, they found a soft spot in the middle of the field, and they took advantage.
Defense in press coverage. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Looking to fire. Touchdown, Penn State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17.
Sit your ass.
Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete. And I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long. You know a pass is coming. You worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Already down a score early. The last thing you want to do on your first drive is give it right back to them. So they'll go for it. They got him for a sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he just pumped that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
They'll try to sneak the wide receiver past him on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack. And they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Fit it in the window for the score.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Handoff to the lone back. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Really nice first down run. I think you're seeing why this running back is an every down type guy. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
The Gators can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Quickly complete. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. So first down here as they go back to work.
We have an offense. Defense is asleep.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Etienne. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick handoff. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And the Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Tries to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Looking left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the physicality of the secondary on defense, that defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Trying trying to make magic with his feet. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. They're working that left side. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football. But this team...
It's picked up, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because he cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
They'll start this drive with a pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Grabbed over the middle. It's ETN. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Gators come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense is locked in on the quarterback.
Turning it on. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. To throw on first down. Tagged out of the air. Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wideout. Wants to keep it in the air. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Williams. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
And the Nittany Lions will try to pick it up on 4th down. Using the quick game. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another 1st down. Intercepted on 1st down. Turnover can swing momentum. Brought down at the 8-yard line as he took that interception back inside the 10 to set up this offense. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. To the air on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This time on target. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Working downfield on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I know this offense has gone for it a couple times early in this game on 4th down, guys, but with this field position, I'd be surprised if they decided not to punt the football away here. You're just too backed up. You can't risk not getting it and just gifting your opponent great field position.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Quarterback extends the play. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. So the old lineman got a little too far downfield. It wipes out the touchdown, and they'll back it up 5. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That's it, 5. He's got it. And he's knocked down, but there's a
Are you fucking serious, man?
We'll see what the officials have
I'm gonna do the same thing.
So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again.
That's fucking whack.
They'll run play action. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got it inside the 10. He gets it in. Touchdown, Penn State. How efficient have they been
3 straight
to
times.
extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisville has the lead right now, but it's not like Lamar Jackson is under center out there today, which might explain why this one is so close. They're up by 10 over Southern Miss. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect the unexpected.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That's caught. It's ETN. And the defense settled in to stop that before a short game. The Gators want to move quickly. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing him to fall incomplete.
Grab near the sticks. It's Daniels. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on first and goal. Well, the pop pass is busted up in the backfield for a loss. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Wants to go up top. Big guy smells it. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Gator.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like it was starting to get away.
Yo, Chad, can I score in 22 seconds?
He'll try to tack on one more. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Clock is wound down. Just over 20 seconds to go before the break. They'll have it first and 10. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete to the left. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back to pass on second down. Going over the top. Pulls it in down the sideline. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. It's in the stride inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
They're like the kid at the playground that just does not want to share their ball with anybody else and play in the sandbox. They've got a crazy lead, and still, head coach decides to go out, onside kick, they get it, and they maintain with possession. It's crazy.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Turns it full speed. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They're just about ready to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense.
Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's empty. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Penn State! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's the unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks. But guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and read this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And the timing just a hair off. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Abrams. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Denmark. Lowers that shoulder and delivers the blow. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. DB's right up on the receivers. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on 1st and goal.
Keep those 7. Football 7. Lasso. Lasso.
They'll go with a direct snap.
surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You gotta give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they gotta keep that up here in the second half.
The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the first down. 4th and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? On the move. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Pressure situation for the offense down there close on 4th and goal. So many different ways you can go about it. And they just put it in the quarterback's hands. They let him figure it out. He shows off his athleticism, and he finds the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curved some of you. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. With the run on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D-linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. Just can't do it better.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Looking for a score. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Backs looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And the extra point splits the upright. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way.
He said, pay me my money.
Today, and at some point, this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 31 to UCF. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Pocket breaking down. Always a weak play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Oh, it's a reverse. They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. burn this defensive back. Makes it with a great play. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, they'll go to the air. This big tight end takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They go right back to their man on second and goal. Touchdown, Penn State! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. He might want another play. Going right to work up top. Throws to the tight end. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Lets it fly. Got his man to the left. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Good pick up there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Yeah, David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game.
He's taking the shot. And falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
He wants to throw it again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back, and going to get the quarterback.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He'll try to take it back. Past the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, David, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Unloads to the right. This one's complete. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He spins that thing down the middle. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. He's still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with the first down. The Gators in the hurry up. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gator.
And this has been a rough day for this offense. And finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board. So it's not all bad.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, and they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. Bring in the heat. He unleashes a long one. Touchdown, Penn State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called to protect this lead. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Got a man. It's ETN.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. Maybe you want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Goes to the marker, it's Daniels. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He fires one deep down the right side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
This time he's got it. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved. Out on the perimeter in space, we can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Third and short now from their own 48. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw again. Under fire. Hauls it in. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down.
Was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on that play.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. And the Gators had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Back's got it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Lost a pass. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now, because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards. If that's your thing.
A little more space. Open up that playbook pick up the first down out to the 30. Looking downfield on first down. Using his feet to buy time. Makes the grab inside the 30. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Wants to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong.
Going for the ball. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
He's got the tight end. Stop short. They'll bring him down at the one. He just couldn't get it in. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route. We hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
Here we go, here we go.
Quarterback making adjustments. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
You gotta be kidding me.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Ready. We got that cheat code offense.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Well, it's been that kind of day for the offense, and this quarterback specifically, they've had their chances. They've had opportunities throughout the course of the game to get some pitches and catches and make some explosive plays, just not able, though, to hook up. And you saw it on that 4th down play right there. They're trailing by a lot of points because those are the throws you've got to make if you're going to win games like this, and they just have not been able to get it done.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here for David Pop. Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.